The road ends here. Beyond, there are no towns, no villages, only endless plains.
Many summoners stray from their path and lose their way here.
Hello, and welcome back to the Masters mod. Last episode, we took care of Seymour and Everett, got some really good equipment, and yeah, now we can put it to some good use. Now, with the early Calmland fights, it's usually a power spike, or a difficulty spike, but now we don't have to worry about these guys at all, because with Wakka's evade and counter, as long as he has that equipped, literally nothing here can hit him. Because the way that evade and counter works, it's not that, oh, if something misses, then he'll hit it. It's actually, if something can miss, it will miss, and then he'll counter. So there are some special attacks that will still hit him, like, I don't know, the Iron Giant Sweep, or something like that, but for a lot of the normal attacks, like, Wakka's pretty set now. So now that Wakka has his evade and counter weapon, the only normal encounters here that require a good amount of thought are the ones with the flans. Because, you know, the flans are like how they always are. They'll just spam healing on themselves and the teammates, and then also fire up, in this case, on you whenever you attack them. So you need to either threaten them, slow them down, or haste up Lulu in order to out-damage its own healing. You just might want to take out the Machina and the turtles pretty quickly, just so that way Wakka's damage doesn't get too negated by attacking the Machina, or, you know, just having to chip away the turtle forever. But really, that's all just a matter of speed. Not only that, but you can get easy access to Kamari's Bad Breath Overdrive with this Malboro here, just based off of the Fiend practice. So if you use that, then you actually don't have to go hunting for Malboros out in the wild, which is fantastic too. Now, if you thought that we were strong before, now once we get to the travel agency, we can get an even bigger power spike. Now, this is because we can buy an auto remedy for Riku, even though, yeah, we could before. Now it's a little bit cheaper because we don't have to spend our actual remedies. So that's good for in the pocket. But the real thing, or the real big thing for me, is buying a brand new weapon for Auron. Now, we have got access to Chocobo Wings, and we also have access to the Silver Hourglasses, plus counters. So I'm going to put those all together, so that way we have an Auron weapon that will basically carry most of the main encounters, because now with the first strike, we have a very easy strategy to go for slowing him on the first turn and then threatening something that really needs it. So that is huge. And then also, if it just so happens that he's guarding, when he counterattacks, he'll probably slow down the enemy. So it's just fantastic. And then also, now his weapon is elementless, so his damage won't get cut in half for some of the bigger enemies. Like, it's still not the best for, or he still has his first weapon for the normal ice piercing damage, so that's fantastic, but this is just really good for general use. And with him on the front line now, we'll always have the first 2 turns of any fight. So even if we don't need to use Auron at the very beginning, we just swap him out, and now we have Titus and whoever to always do the first 2 moves, and that's huge. Even in ambushes, we're always going to get 2 turns. Then, if you're like me and you want to go down to the Chocobo Trainer, you will actually get to some of the tougher enemies. But in the last episode, Lulu actually gained access to the Death spell, and all of the tough enemies, they don't come in packs of more than 2. So, you cast Death with Lulu, with our first strike Titus, and then you bring out Auron to swap out with Riku for a first strike copycat. And since the first enemy is gone, death just goes to the second enemy. So, you know, it's just easy win button. Then, once you get to the chocobos, like really you have no issues whatsoever because, and you don't have to worry about fights when you're on a chocobo. Then we have the third Bell remake fight with Shiva. So if you want to try that out, highly recommend it. Now, I basically made everything that I need for this fight already for the Isaru fight. I'm gonna bring out Ixion, and we're just gonna stall it out, because if you read the top there, Shiva will counter everything. So you need to be able to heal yourself, but also kind of stall her out. So luckily, my Ixion already knows Bio, so we're just gonna poison and then stall for as long as we can. Again, there is something that is a little concerning. My version of the mod, for some reason my Aeons will break the damage limit, and that really shouldn't be happening now. But I do definitely make sure that the enemy Aeons are well below 9999 before I use their overdrive. So yeah, that's just something to note.
Thank you.
But then we're just gonna run right into the next boss fight. Now, don't let the screen deceive you. It is not a Defender X. It is actually a Slug. So this guy's attack pattern is very simple. It only will attack with slime first, which will curse and poison you if it doesn't just one-shot you. But then it will do a normal attack, and then it'll do the Megaton, which can't miss and does an insane amount of damage. But after that, it goes into its shell, where it'll heal up, and then it'll also counter everything when it's in its shell with a massive Thundaga. So you really don't want to attack it in its shell unless if it's silenced. But the main gimmick about this fight is he has an insane health pool. And how is it that you can take it down quickly without, like, I don't know, using literally all of your resources? Now, my answer to that is Demi Overdrive Lulu. And the way that I achieve this is with her in Comrade mode and Titus in Stoic mode. Because Titus, and now Kimahri too, just in case, have Provoke. So I know for a fact that it will nearly always target Titus or Kimahri. And then when the Megaton massive damage comes out, that is a free overdrive for Lulu, if she's on the field. Not only that, but Titus has Entrust, so he can give Lulu a second Demi Overdrive. So essentially, with the predictable attack pattern, we just have to make sure that everyone's in a good spot for when the shell comes off. Now, because of this, really that's why I am provoking with Titus and Kimahri, because I want everyone to be hasted for that last round. And if it's only Titus and Kimahri that are getting hit, then they're the only ones that need to have haste reapplied. So, you know, that's pretty good, I think. I think it's pretty clever. Now, I highly recommend hasting Yuna, because having her with the quick lives will definitely make it easier to, or it'll be easier on your wallet so that you don't have to restock on the Phoenix Downs all the time. But other than that, yeah, you can be in a pretty safe spot for this early phase. Once the shell goes down, that's when it's really scary, because now it has a ton of turns, and if your guys aren't hasted up, then you'll be in a lot of trouble just trying to survive while it essentially one-shots every single character one character a turn. So, in order to basically handle this, I have Kimahri's Overdrive in the pocket, so that way he can get his bad breath off to not only get a poison off, but also maybe help survive the extra strong attacks. Or you'll be able to dodge 1 and 3, which is all that we really need. And with the Slug down, now I actually got another god tier drop of the Sleep Touch on Kimahri. Now, because I have him down Titus's path, I'm having him do a lot of normal attacks. So with the Sleep Touch, that's just fantastic. So now he'll be able to slow things down with his Slow Touch weapon, and then he'll also be able to maybe put them to sleep. So the ailments and the mitigation of random encounter damage is just it's getting good. Not only that, but since we have access to Sleep Touch for customization, I can give Riku's weapon Sleep Touch, so that way when she does her Sleep Buster, it'll actually work for 3 turns instead of 1. Because that's the way that this game works, is when you have a Buster, it's guaranteed if the target isn't immune, but it only works for 1 turn. But then you have your normal like Dark Attack or your Touch weapons or your Strike weapons, and they will actually inflict things for 3 turns. So if you use a Buster on a weapon that has a Touch, then you get the best of both worlds, where you have a guaranteed ailment for 3 turns. Only thing is we're gonna need all of these extra levels, because even though the Calm Lands was a nice break, God Gazette is no joke. But that's a problem for future me. So, yeah, I hope that you join me on that future problem, and if you like the video, I like your face. Bye!